I think over the last couple weeks, she's finally starting to realize who I really am. I think it just took her a while because of some of the stuff she went through for so long. And even after all the little situation we just had, I think now she sees more or less like, she might have to get her stuff together because like it's only so much that I'm going to be able to take.
Now you know who's dealing with some serious drama right now, Trisha. And trust me, this situation is way messier than anyone expected. So if you've been keeping up, you probably know that Trisha and Ken were seen as this power couple, always giving that picture-perfect relationship vibe. But recently, things have been looking real different. Fans started noticing that Ken wiped his Instagram clean of any pictures of Trisha, and that's when the breakup rumors started flying. At first, people thought maybe they were just going through a rough patch, but then Trisha came out with some shocking claims that changed everything. Because y'all, it didn't stop at just a breakup. Trisha just dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming.
This is why we can't have this conversation. I'm literally telling you that it's not him. I'm telling you it's you.
No, it's you.
You can't make it up.
Actually,
you don't listen.
No,
and you give them and you give the people outside of our house more respect than you give me. At the end of that,
you crazy.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Here's the problem. You don't get to. Why would I care about them?
Because you
do. I talk about Marquez? When do I talk about Marquez outside of the 6 times we have the conversations about?
Yes, we do. Both of them live rent free in this goddamn house.
So let me just say, everything in this video is alleged and in my own opinion, but the tea is piping hot and I gotta spill it. Trisha has finally spoken out, and y'all, what she had to say was deep. She didn't just confirm that she and Ken were over, she exposed what was really going on behind closed doors. According to Trisha, their relationship wasn't just rocky, it was straight up toxic. She's claiming that Ken was mentally and emotionally abusive, constantly gaslighting her, manipulating situations, and making her feel like she was the problem, when in reality, he was the one playing mind games. And before anyone jumps to conclusions, Trisha made it clear this wasn't about physical abuse, but the way Ken controlled the narrative in their relationship. And y'all, if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, you know how damaging that can be. She talked about how Ken would twist conversations, making her second guess herself, invalidate her feelings, and then turn around and act like he was the victim. She even hinted that this behavior wasn't something new, it was something she ignored for a long time because she loved him and wanted things to work. But what really got people talking was when Trisha mentioned that Ken would act one way in private, but then completely switch up when the cameras were rolling. She said he was all about maintaining a good guy image in public, making sure their relationship looked perfect to outsiders, but behind closed doors, it was a different story. And if y'all think about it, this might explain some of the weird energy people picked up on in their past interactions.
You're my woman. The only thing that I can go by is what you say. Anytime you lie about something, you have to be open to people having questions about it. You lied about these things. You made these, especially with the Martell situation.
Now you know the internet doesn't play when it comes to drama like this. As soon as Trisha spoke out, social media went wild. People immediately started picking sides. Some were supporting Trisha, saying they always felt like something was off about Ken, while others were defending him, claiming Trisha was just bitter about the breakup. And listen, y'all, when fans start pulling receipts, you know it's about to get real. Some people went digging through old videos and found moments where Ken seemed dismissive toward Trisha, like brushing off her emotions or making little passive-aggressive comments that didn't seem like a big deal at the time, but now, in context, they hit different. Others pointed out that Ken had a pattern of subtly undermining Trisha, making jokes at her expense or acting like she was overreacting whenever she expressed her feelings. A person commented saying, "I always had a bad feeling about Ken." The way he would talk to Trisha in some of their videos was off, but people ignored it because they looked cute together. Another one added, "Trisha speaking her truth is so important. Emotional abuse is just as damaging, and I'm glad she's calling it out." A third person wrote, "Ken deleting all traces of their relationship but staying silent? That says a lot. If he was innocent, he would be defending himself." At the same time, there were people saying Trisha might be exaggerating and that we don't really know what happened behind the scenes. Some fans brought up how happy they seemed in past videos and questioned why Trisha was speaking out now. But here's the thing, just because a relationship looks good on the outside doesn't mean it actually is. And if Tricia finally feels ready to share her truth, who are we to say she's lying? And let's not forget how Ken has been moving since all this came out. Instead of addressing anything head-on, he's been acting real unbothered online, posting like nothing happened and ignoring the whole situation. But silence can be just as loud as words, and the fact that he's not saying much, yeah, people are definitely side-eyeing that.
There was no reason to lie about that. So it was no reason to lie about it.
Why are you so invested in it?
Bruh, I'm done with this conversation. I'm not doing this. I don't want to do it. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it. Because you're not going to try to make it seem like you're the problem.
No, you're the problem.
Okay, and I'll be it. It. I'll pay for all this. All this me. Not nobody else because of me.
Now, here's where things get interesting, because you would think Ken would come out swinging, right? Maybe clear his name, deny the accusations, or at least say something to defend himself. But nope, his response was very telling. Instead of addressing the situation head-on, Ken has been real quiet. No statements, no explanations, just acting like none of this is happening. And listen, silence can be louder than words. When someone is accused of something this serious, most people either shut it down immediately or try to explain their side. But Ken, he's just been moving real funny. And let's talk about his social media activity, because that's where things get real messy. First, he wiped all traces of Tricia from his Instagram, like straight up erased their entire relationship. That alone had people talking. Then fans noticed he liked a few cryptic tweets about letting go of toxic people and protecting your peace. And y'all tell me why he posted some vague message in his story about people always playing the victim. Oh, and let's not forget the deleted comments. People were asking him directly, like, what do you have to say about Tricia's accusations? And guess what? Those comments mysteriously disappeared. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that's giving a guilty conscience. But hey, that's just me. Now let's zoom out a little, because this whole situation with Ken, yeah, this might just be part of a bigger pattern. See, here's the thing. This isn't the first time Ken's name has been mixed up in drama like this. If you've been following him for a while, you know he's had his fair share of questionable moments. Let's talk about the cheating rumors. Remember when people started speculating that he wasn't as faithful as he made it seem? There were whispers about him entertaining other women while still publicly claiming Tricia. And yeah, nothing was ever proven, but where there's smoke, there's usually fire, and then there's the way he's always handled conflict in their relationship. Fans have pointed out how in past situations, Ken would always try to flip the script and make it seem like Tricia was the one overreacting. It's little things like shutting down conversations, making passive-aggressive comments, or straight up acting like her feelings weren't valid. Looking back, those might have been red flags that people ignored. And let's be real, some of y'all in the comments have been saying this for a while. People have clocked his energy before, saying something about him just seems off. And now, Tricia's confirming what a lot of folks suspected all along. At the end of the day, this whole situation is messy and it's got people divided. Some folks think Tricia is finally speaking her truth, while others think she's just trying to paint Ken in a bad light. But one thing's for sure, this is far from over.
I'm gonna do the same everybody else do. I can go do whatever I need.
Go do it then.
I don't want to deal with this.
I'm gonna go to an island somewhere and be good. You can't do that.
All right, let's talk about what's next for Tricia, because from what she's been posting, it looks like she is done with Ken and ready to move on. And honestly, she might just be better off without him. Now, if you've been keeping up with her recent social media activity, you'll notice she's been dropping some not so subtle hints that she's focused on her future. First of all, she's been posting a lot more about self-growth, healing, and leaving toxic relationships behind. She even liked a tweet that said, "Sometimes walking away is the biggest win." And y'all know that wasn't just a random like. And let's talk about her content, because she's clearly making moves to establish herself without Ken. She's been posting more solo videos, engaging with her followers, and even teasing new projects. There are rumors she might be working on something big, maybe a podcast or even a tell-all video where she really breaks everything down. And if that happens, Ken better be nervous. Now here's where things could get even messier. Some people are speculating that Trisha might actually take legal action. And honestly, with the way she's been talking about the mental and emotional toll this relationship took on her, that wouldn't be too shocking. If she decides to speak out more, this could turn into something much bigger than just a social media fallout. But here's the real question. Is Trisha completely done with Ken, or could this be one of those situations where they go back and forth? Because let's be real, breakups like this can get messy. And sometimes people end up back in talks, but judging by her energy right now, she seems ready to leave him in the past for good. Now, I want to hear from y'all. Do you believe Trisha, or do you think there's more to the story? Do you think Ken will eventually speak out, or is he just gonna try to ride this out in silence? And what do you think Trisha should do next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know this one is gonna have a lot of opinions. Alright y'all, that's all I got for now, but you know this tea is still hot, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next one.